The Application Life Cycle Risk Management Podcast, Episode 25, Explaining How the Internet Works to Family and Friends. A couple of weeks ago, my wife and daughter were watching a movie on our Roku when stuff started to not work. When I came into the room, my wife asked me to explain how the Internet works. Now, whenever someone asks me to explain something that technical, I'm always a bit nervous. The problem is, how do I explain this in a way that the person asking me can understand, giving them just enough to satisfy the question that they're really asking, and yet give them a mostly accurate answer? The problem with explaining stuff to someone who knows less than you do about the subject is either that you end up giving them way more information than they really want, or you give them too little information because you know it so well. Now, I'm sure most of my writing on this blog suffers from this very same issue. So I voiced my dilemma. The result was, instead of my describing how it works, my wife explained how it worked, and I verified. What she came up with, I think, is a pretty accurate description of how this all works. You see, the Internet is really just a bunch of chipmunks and poles. When you request something from the Internet, the chipmunk is set loose to go retrieve it from the computer the information is stored on. Now, here's the issue. The distance between your computer and the computer the information is stored on is too far for our little chipmunk to travel in one jump. So, we've placed a network of poles between our computer and every other computer on the Internet. The job of the chipmunk is to find the shortest path from your computer to the computer you're trying to retrieve the information from, get the information, and then bring it back to you. Now, in our make-believe world, the chipmunks can read, so at each pole along the way, there is information that tells the chipmunk which pole will get them to the destination in the shortest possible time. So, he hops to a pole, finds out what the next pole is he should go to, and hops to that pole. This continues until he arrives at his destination. Now, because the Internet is very busy, there are times when a pole is too busy to accept any more chipmunks. Sometimes the pole has been shut down for repairs. In that case, the chipmunk has to find an alternate path. So he reads the pole for the next possible pole to jump to, and jumps to that pole instead. This all works fine most of the time. Lots of redundancy built in so that, most of the time, chipmunks trying to get from one point to another can all achieve the task without anyone knowing there was a problem along the way. But, and you knew there had to be a but because we've all experienced a situation where we're not able to get the information we're asked from the Internet, there are a few times when this all breaks down. First, generally, from our computer to the first pole is a many-to-one relationship. That is, the first jump my chipmunk can make is to one and only one pole. If that pole is out of service, I won't be able to get the information I'm looking for. Second, from the Internet to the destination computer we're trying to get the information from, there is also, generally, one pole. So, if that one is down, you won't be able to get the information you're looking for. And third, there's the possibility that the destination computer is down. Finally, there may be an instance where our poor chipmunk can only get to one pole within the network to get to where he wants to go, and that pole is too busy. I've been telling people for years, once you understand how the Internet works, you'd be amazed that it works at all, rather than being frustrated when it doesn't work. Hopefully, you can use this story the next time you need to explain how the Internet works. Who knows? Maybe it's even made the concept work in your mind. For the links to items mentioned in this podcast, make sure you check out my blog at blog.dmbcllc.com. A link to this article is in the show description.